Last month at the Minnesota Republican State Convention in St. Paul, in a big surprise, delegates overwhelmingly endorsed Royce White to run for the United States Senate against Senator Amy Klobuchar. White has been mired in controversial revelations, including failure to pay child support, a charge White denies, referring to women as mouthy and at one time identifying himself as an anti-Semite on social media. And then there are the questionable campaign expenditures in 2022 when he ran for Congress. The Nonpartisan Campaign Legal Center has filed a complaint with the Federal Election Commission alleging White misappropriated $157,000 in campaign contributions, including $1,200 at a Florida strip club and thousands in unexplained wire transfers. Earlier this morning, I talked to White. Take a look. Well, joining us right now is Royce White. He is the Republican nominee to run against Senator Amy Klobuchar. Mr. White, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, you won the Republican nomination last month by an overwhelming majority, over 60%. Yet this past week, three top Republicans, former Senators Rudy Boschwitz, Norm Coleman, and former Governor Tim Pawlenty wrote a letter endorsing your rival, Joe Frazier, saying he was the strongest candidate by far. Why do you think they did that, and what's your reaction?
Well, one, it's remarkable to me that they think he's a stronger candidate, especially when the implications of winning any statewide election now in Minnesota involve, or strategy should involve, going into CD5 and CD4. And I'm obviously the better candidate to go into CD5 and CD4, not just because I'm Black and those districts are densely populated with your minority community, but also because I'm young and because I'm connected to a political worldview and philosophy that's much newer, let's say all across the country. Yeah. The Norm Coleman, Rudy Boschwitz, and Tim Pawlenty style of Republican politics has never really been very successful in those areas. And to be honest, all three of them lost their last statewide election, and they're connected to over 30 years of statewide losses in the Republican Party. So, you know, the reality is that Joe Frazier is a neocon, and Rudy and Norm and Tim, for the most part, are neocons as well. This is the Republican Party's old guard, and they don't like new young people that threaten the status quo. All
right. Well, that is an interesting point. A lot of people also talking about the Black vote, that the Democratic Party can't just take the Black vote and the inner city vote for granted, which is what you're saying as well. I want to ask you about the Campaign Legal Center has filed a complaint with the FEC alleging that you misappropriated $150,000 in campaign contributions, including $1,200 at a strip club. I know you've heard this before. What's your reaction to that?
Well, first of all, the Campaign Legal Fund is a left-leaning, far left-leaning think tank, or whatever you want to call it. They are a far left-leaning organization. And any novice could look at my FEC filing and tell that it was incomplete, right? Because there were no descriptions for the distributions or disbursements whatsoever. We've already started to remedy that issue with the FEC. I have a new person on that's dealing with that congressional campaign's filing. But look, I wasn't in charge of the accounting or treasury for that campaign. And so if there were mistakes made or there were things put on there that shouldn't have been on there, it should have been reimbursed or whatever the case may be, that's completely normal for new campaigns and new politicians. But it's relatively normal for a lot of campaigns. And the Campaign Legal Fund knows that. Again, they're left-leaning, and
those records are not yet filed with the FEC. I do want to ask you about your own self-description as an anti-Semite once on social media. What did you mean by that, and what should people take of that?
Wrong. I did not describe myself as an anti-Semite. And again, I mean, the Norm Coleman, Rudy Boschwitz, Tim Pawlenty, and the rest of these neocon, neoliberal political elites, this is exactly what you all do. And I'm not saying you, but this is the line of questioning that has come to be the cause of the advent of Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. It's all gossip, WWE politics. Anybody with half a brain knows that when I put those descriptions up on X, I was describing what other people had said about me. And anti-Semite is one of them. and I'm not anti-Semitic, but even more importantly, I've said before, and I'll continue to say, that the Jewish identity, much like the Black identity, has been the sort of linchpin of the Democrat platform, and that's starting to crumble. The Black identity first in inner cities all across the country, as you see the rise of support for Donald Trump, first time in my lifetime that a Republican candidate is leading a Democrat candidate with Black men, but also in the Jewish community, as the Democrats seem to have this pro-Hamas in many ways, worldview after this conflict there in that part of the world.
Well,
so
Mr. White, I'm so sorry we're running out of time, but I want to thank you for coming on, and I want to thank you especially because you're in Oakland, California, playing 3-on-3 basketball in that new professional league, and it's early there. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Now, Joe Frazier, another Republican candidate running against Senator Klobuchar, will be a guest on next Sunday's show.